But as I alluded to earlier, Jamie Seeger is the daughter of Jack and Janet Seeger and brother of Jason Seeger, and they are one of the founding families of the Society for Alström Syndrome Families in 1995. And the people who came to that actually came all the way to Nova Scotia from Pennsylvania, back when we thought it was uniquely an Acadian disorder, and there was no way you were going to fit this Seeger family into an Acadian genealogy. No way. So not only did they play a key role by lending their energy and their heart and their goodwill to us and being responsive, they also opened up our research to others. So pretty soon you had the Sanders from South Africa and people from Australia, and you could not fit them into the Acadia genealogy. So Jamie, in some ways, has been the bane of my existence, because out of all of you,
Robin,
she is the most honest, the most critical, the most loving and supportive, and ultimately one of the best friends that I've ever had. So, James,
you're making me cry, Robin.
Wait till after you're done and get you clogged up. Come on up, sweetie.
Okay.
And you're short.
I am a shrimp.
Okay. Here it is. Put it where you want it.
Testing? Okay. Well, I hope everybody's having a blast at this conference like I am. As we all know, Alström syndrome is a monster. When will I lose my vision? How much hearing will I lose? What organ might fail? Bunch of doom and gloom, hospitalization, doctor's appointments. We've all been there. But you know what? With love, support, and the right teaching and tools, we as individuals can overcome this monster and still live a productive life. I hope my story will give you a glimpse into a productive life as an Alström individual. First of all, my name is Jamie Seeger, and I am 40 years old, and I live about an hour outside of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania in the United States. I would not be standing here if it wasn't for the love and support of 4 amazing people. One of them is not here tonight, but I have loving support from an amazing mom, an amazing dad, amazing brother Jason, and my other brother who is not here tonight, who does not have Alström syndrome, Jonathan. In the late 1980s, my parents probably had a conversation with the doctors at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and it probably went a little bit like this. Doctors to parents, we finally have a diagnosis for what your son and daughter have. Parents, well, what is it? Doctors, it's called Alström syndrome. Parents, what's that? Oh, we don't know much about it. Are there any cases in the United States? Parents? Doctors. No, we don't know anybody. How about in the world? You know anybody? No. So, for us, we felt like a little drop of water in a vast lake. Nobody knew what we had and what was in store. Well, at that point, we decided to put one foot in front of the other and keep on living life the best that we can. At this point, I became an equestrian and rode in many different shows, going up to the speed of canter, which is the third fastest speed for a horse. I was visually impaired at the time, almost with no vision, and also a hearing loss. I was also a Girl Scout and sold those yummy things called Girl Scout cookies. Not so great for an Alstrom person. Well, in the early 90s, I think it was 1992, we got a letter in the mail. You know, the thing that you put pen to paper and just put a stamp on it? We got one of them in the mail saying that there are 3 other families in Canada and 1 other family in Australia that have individuals with Alstrom syndrome. Hooray, there's actually somebody else that has what I have? Wow! And to boot, somebody named Jan Marshall at Jackson Lab was doing research. Somebody actually cared to find out more about this rare syndrome called Alstrom syndrome? Really? Yes. In 1995, as we've heard earlier, we 5 families finally met in Sandra Hubbard Labonte's living room and had what we called the first reunion, which eventually it's morphed into Alstrom Syndrome International and everybody sitting here tonight. I never thought that there would be a room full of 300 people all dealing with Alstrom syndrome when we first met in 1995. So after that tearful goodbye, and we all went home to our individual lives, I kept on going through my high school years. One story that showed that I overcome Alstrom syndrome was attending a sports jamboree. And in this jamboree, one of the competition was a free throw competition. In this competition, there were 2 baskets. One 8 foot, sorry for the international people, I don't know what that is in meters, and a 10-foot basket. For those that can't see me, I am short. I stopped growing when I was 5, people tell me. So I'm like 4 feet 11 inches. So the people said to me, "Oh, you want the 8-foot basket?" I'm like, "No, I do not. I want the 10-foot basket. I can do it." Well, not only did I did it, I believe I sunk 8 out of 10 shots. So we move on in life, and 1997, I finally graduated from high school. And I decided that I wanted to go on to college at this point and move away, live on campus at college. At this point, I don't know who was more scared. My parents letting their baby go out of the nest, or me going to a college campus, trying to figure out how to get around this college campus, living in a dorm room with other people with different cultures than myself, trying to fit all my technology stuff in a dorm room no bigger than a closet. And also, probably the easiest for me, because people, you know me, I have a big mouth, be my own advocate for myself. I won't lie, college life academically was not easy. I was in a college where I was the only blind student that they ever previously had, so I had a lot of teaching to do to the staff and professors there. But I also had fun. I participated in AIDS Walk. I participated in a haunted house scene. I learned how to swing dance. And I also learned how to play the game pool. And yes, I would often win. And so forth. In 2001, I graduated school with a degree in political science, and I graduated magna cum laude as well. I thought I wanted to be a secondary education history teacher, but at the end of my schooling, the last thing I had to do was a student teaching practicum. And I got in there and thinking, what the heck was I thinking? It wasn't the career path for me. So yes, as I said, I graduated and I have a degree. Now let's go find a job, because I didn't want to sit at home and do nothing. Sometimes they say it's not what you know, it's who you know. In this case, it rang true for me. I knew a friend who recommended me for a access technology job, which meant I was going to teach other blind people how to use computers. Me teach computers. Now I was emailing. The late Jan Marshall always said I was the queen of email at that point, but I didn't really know a whole lot after that. Again, put one foot in front of the other, went down into Center City by myself, and did it. Unfortunately, about 6 months after this job, they decided to relocate, and it was too far for me to travel. So back hitting the job market again. And I found another nonprofit organization doing the same access technology instruction. They also let me teach Braille to individuals as well, and I did actually have a few students learn both not uncontracted and contracted Braille under my tutelage, and I also helped somebody maintain their employment situation. It's a really great feeling, let me tell you. At this point, I did get recognized at our 60th anniversary celebration for the nonprofit. We had the announcer of the 76ers, which is the professional basketball team in Philadelphia, recognize me for all of my hard work and dedication. Unfortunately, in 2008, in the United States, our economy took a turn for the worse. And I'm sure many of you have been in this situation. In 2012, I faced the reality of being downsized. Trust me, that was not a great feeling. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, now what am I going to do? Because again, I did not want to sit at home. It's too boring. And whatnot. Took a little while to figure things out, but a friend said, why don't you become a Braille proofreader? I said, okay, let me go start getting the education, because you had to be certified. So I did the certification for the National Federation of the Blind. Took a year and a half, but I did get certified both in what's called English Braille American Edition and Unified English Braille as well. Soon after being certified, I was hired by Associated Services for the Blind in Philadelphia, where I currently have been employed for 2.5 years. I travel down to Center City 3 days a week, and I'm employed. I love what I do. They love me, and it's a match made. I'm in one building. I don't travel all around. It's great. And so forth. So that is my journey, but we have here a whole bunch of other journeys of A-teamers. I believe we got 25 of them, and you're all special to me, but there's one person that's even more special to me. That would be Mr. Adam Kazarowitz. You are so strong and so positive. It helps me get through my days sometimes. Thanks for always being there for me. In closing, I have one last piece of advice, is find something that you love and do it. Because I'm not going to lie to you, there are days that you're going to feel like a little single drop of water. So whether it be watching college football, whether doing aerobics, whether reading, etc. For me, it's 88 keys, some white, some black, also known as piano. Anytime I get down, I jump on that instrument and play. It gives me great joy. I have a wonderful instructor, and I have several videos up on YouTube under my name. So yes, Alster syndrome is a monster, but we can overcome it and still live a life that we want to live. Onwards and upwards. Thank you and God bless.
Come on.
Stop button.